In this video, we're going to show you how to register your domain name. Now, in the previous video, we showed you how to select and search for a domain name. And after several attempts, we were able to find that shopblu-rayonline.com is available. And so we're going to select that. Now to register it, it's $9.99 a year is the current price. But I want to add the .net and the .info. Those could be either separate websites, or we could just forward that domain to the one website that we're going to create. We can then click the red button and proceed to checkout. Now, if you have not set up an account, go ahead and put the little radio dial button here to I would like to create a new Get a Website Fast account. So if this is your first time ever registering on getawebsitefast.com, go ahead and select that. Otherwise, go ahead and put the radio dial button here and put your existing customer number and password in here, and then that will allow for you to log in. So if you're coming back and you've already have an account, do that. Otherwise, we're going to create a new account. Now we're going to assume that you're brand new. This is your first time on Get a Website Fast. And so let's go ahead and put in your information. And so you would type in your first, your last name. You would go ahead and put in your email address. And let's add that. All right. If you have a company name, fine. If not, just leave it blank. If you do put a company name, make sure you put a check here on this box. Otherwise, you just register it in your own name. You would go ahead and put in your address. Your city, country, and state, and a zip code. Put in phone number. And then click the continue button. That'll take us to the next page. Now, here you can register for 2 years, for 1 year, for 3 years, for 5, or 10. So if you want to register for 1 year, then at the end of the year, make sure you have your credit card on file so it'll automatically bill it again and keep your registration active. If you don't want to have to worry about it for 2 or 3 years, then just select one of those, and then it will give you a total. Now, there are different types of registration. You can just do the standard, and that's fine. Now, if for some reason you want information protected, then you can consider maybe doing a private registration. Or if you want a business registration, if you have a retail store where you want customers to come and you want your address of your store to show up, then a business registration would be good. If you want expiration protection, then that's something that you might want to consider, and that would be a protected one. And then they have what they call deadbolt transfer protection, which means under no circumstances can your website ever expire or transfer. Even if your credit card was expired, it will automatically have backup credit cards to make sure that that's not going to happen. There are companies out there that a minute after a domain name is canceled, they'll pick it up and buy it. So make sure it doesn't expire. Keep an active credit card that's good on file, and make sure you renew it every year. And so if you want that protection, just click add there. If you want some of the other protections or private or business registration, select the deluxe. Otherwise, your standard is fine. Okay. Now, if you want to add a website to it, the Smart Space is a quick way. You can add a website for as little as $5.99 a month, and then you would just put a check next to which one of the domains you want that website to be. All right. Or if you want to pay for it by the year, you save a considerable amount of money. If you don't want the website, just don't put a check on those. And then it has on step 4, select checkout preferences. Show me other great deals. This is going to show you a lot of other products, websites, email services, email marketing services, products that will help get traffic to your website. You don't have to look at those or purchase those now. If you wish, you can. But if not, then just go ahead and register the site and then put a check here under no thanks, I'm ready to check out. Then click continue. And that way it bypasses all of the other offers and products. If you want to look at those, fine, go ahead and do so. Now, if you want these to be 2 years, fine. If you want to change that to 1 year, you can do that, and you'll see that the price, when we click the update the cart, then changes. So again, you can do it for a year on an annual basis, or if you want, you can go ahead and select 2 years. Then you don't have to worry about it for 2 or 3 years. Make sure you put a check down here that you have read and agree to these. If you want to put it on a credit card, put it on there. If you have a credit card on file already, then you can utilize that one. If you don't, just leave it with the credit card. If you have funds in your PayPal account, then you can go ahead and do it by PayPal. If you don't have funds in there, it's going to have to take 3 or 4 days to set it up and transfer. And if you're wanting to register the domain name, I recommend you do it quickly so that someone else doesn't take it. The same thing with pay by check. It may take 3 or 4 days to do a pay by check because the funds have to transfer. So the fastest way is to put it on a credit card. And once you've done that, then go ahead and double check the order. You've got the total. You've got your registration only here. We're not adding any extras. Again, we can do that later. Or you can do it all at the same time if you'd like. Click continue with checkout. And here you're going to then have your ID. Here's your login ID. And now that is something you want to write down, because this is going to allow you to come to getawebsitefast.com, put in that ID, and then the password you're going to create yourself. So go ahead and type in your password you want, confirm that password and put that in, and then maybe a pass-in hint. And of course it's telling us that it did not match here. So we're going to delete that, and let's do another one. And let's, okay, it still isn't matching. Let's try it again. Now it's matching. So make sure you've got your password written down also. So now you've got your login ID and your password. And then whatever hint, like if this was a maiden name, mom's maiden name, or if it was a hint that would tell you what that password is. And then put in a 4-digit call-in pin. This is in case you forget your password. They're going to ask you what your call-in pin is. So you want to write down those 3 items: your login ID, what your password was, and your call-in pin. You've got all of that. This will keep you up to date on some of the products that are available or changes, so I recommend you make sure you have yes on each one of those. And then click the red button to continue. You may have to click it twice, and then it'll take you to your final step. And this is where you're going to put in your credit card information. So add your credit card information here. Put the name on the card, the type of card that it is, and the expiration date. And then I recommend that you put a check here to save this card to your file. And then it will give you the final step, and then just click the red button to place your order. And that's how you register a domain name. You can register as many domain names as you'd like. I've got almost 100 domain names, so that if you want to use it for a website, even if it's going to be a future website, you can lock that in and have ownership of it. And to register another one, just come back to getawebsitefast.com and then just go ahead and start your search all over again and then register just like we've just demonstrated to you.